We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings tonight talking Madison Central Golf. Got these awesome golfers here, and this guy's a pretty good golfer and coaching his own route. We got him on with us tonight. Also, the EKU volleyball team on with us tonight on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Sports fans, the wait is over. For the next hour, sit back and enjoy the ride on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Share your thoughts and opinions on the live feed on WBON TV, and stay tuned for everything you need to know about your local sports teams, college and pro sports as well. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and brought to you in part by the law office of Patrick O'Neill, Honchels, and King Brothers Used Cars. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and tonight we are joined by the Madison Central Golf team, Kyle Conklin. Glad to have you on, Coach.
Race of the season.
Oh, wow.
We travel from Ashland all the way down into Campbellsville.
Yeah.
So, and that's a crazy stretch, a lot of traveling, hotels. But so far it's been great. As we were talking about earlier, we don't have a senior on the team. We have one junior, and we don't have one kid that drives, which is crazy to me. As talented as a team as we have, we are off to a good start. We consider us, one of the top 10 teams in the state. Really, we haven't finished outside of the top 7.
Yeah.
Most of the tournaments,
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, most of the tournaments we go to, there's 18 to 20 teams, and for the most part, our field's stacked with the top teams in the state week in, week out. Right now, St. X, Trinity, Taylor County, LCA, and Christian Academy of Louisville are like the top 4 probably, and we're not too far behind them, but we haven't beat them with their full A team yet. But we feel like we're not too far behind.
We got a lot of young guys. You got Clay's a freshman. These two guys are sophomores, right? So
yes.
Young team.
It's
Very
good
young.
for them to kind of see these talented other teams that you're facing, because they're good in their own right. This is only going to make them better down the line.
Make them better, and that's what I talked to them about. This year, when we go to these tournaments, even though we're probably not in that top 3 or 4, we've been paired up with the Trinities, the St. X, the LCAs, and pretty much every tournament we've played in with them. And so these guys get to experience playing with some of the best players in the state every week. I'd say this is my 4th year coaching. This year there's more big-time D1 players in the state of Kentucky than there ever has been. With kids signed in the SEC, ACC, there's more this year than there ever has been, and majority of those are on those top, 4 or 5 teams in the state that these young kids get to play with.
Well, Clay, this is your 3rd year playing for Coach?
Yep.
And it seems like every year we hear more and more about you. Talk about maybe the pressure of being a young guy but still having to compete against some of these older guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to be playing in those first groups, and I feel like I've kind of gotten used to it at this point, and I feel very comfortable up there with the top dogs playing week in, week out.
What is your favorite thing about going on the road with these guys and Coach? And obviously, I mean, when you're around these guys, you obviously have fun.
They have fun.
Yeah.
Talk about just some of the stuff that you guys learn about, not only the game, but maybe each other as well.
I mean, yeah, it's always so much fun to travel and stay in hotels and just get to spend like weeks on the road with your team, and I don't think there's anything that can really beat that.
Let's get Gavin on here. Gavin, we'll talk to you first. Talk about maybe the local tournaments. This is Gavin, right?
Yep.
Okay. Talk about some of the local tournaments that you guys play in, and just maybe what you've learned this year compared to how you were last year.
So I've gotten a lot better, and like the local tournaments, I know the courses, and just a lot easier than other tournaments I go to.
You guys already had your home tournament, right? You guys came in 5th in that tournament.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I shot a 77, and it was a good tournament. A lot of good teams in the state were there.
You guys play good teams every tournament that you play in, week after week.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting ready to play
it's
Trinity,
crazy.
right? This coming weekend.
And
That can't be easy.
Right, and when you say Trinity's the hosting school,
Right.
when they invite 18, 20 teams there. So yeah, this week's a really good tournament.
So it's a privilege to be
and it
competing
is. So, and that's
at their
another thing.
tournament.
And it really, I know they're young, but they've been part of this team for 3 years,
Yeah.
2 years already. And most of these invitationals you get invited to. You
Yeah.
can't just call Trinity or say, hey, I want to come to your tournament. You get invited to
And to be in
them.
that first group, too,
And exactly like
is
Well,
an
they're probably
honor.
inviting
Yeah.
you because they know that you'll give them some competition and not just an easy win.
Right, and here's the one thing as a coach that I'm more proud of, and it is an honor, like Clay said, to play in those top groups and start off, on those first 3 holes, every week. But good golf is great, and our score has helped us get there. But a lot of the reason that we're in those is the type of kids that Central has, and I can't say that enough. I mean, you're not going to get paired with the top teams if the coaches don't like the kids or the other players don't like them, and I think that speaks a lot of volumes of the kids and the type of kids that we have in our program.
Do you have a favorite course that you play on? Is any of them locally here, or have you had one that maybe you played on this year that's your favorite course to play on?
I like Belfont. That was my lowest round in the tournament, and it was like, I like the greens. Those were the best I played all year.
Okay. Cooper, let's get you on, man. So you're one of the young guys on this team, second year playing with Coach. What have you learned this year that maybe you didn't learn last year being a second year player?
This year, where it's my second year, last year we had a lot of seniors who all left. And this year, being a sophomore, having to step up into that leadership role, even as a sophomore, we just don't have that many older guys. So it really has thrust me into that, trying to lead the younger guys on the team and set an example of how to go about your business on the golf course and off of it, just in the community and on the team.
You yourself, is there anything that you do individually to prepare for a tournament? Do you have a lucky sock or a lucky glove or anything that you wear?
I don't have anything like that. No, sir. No, it's more about I have a pretty specific range regimen before tournaments, and usually I stick to that, and it's about all I need.
So no superstition,
Not
like
superstitious, no, ma'am.
yeah, not
Samantha
like in
has one
baseball.
before the show. She always likes to give, we do like this high five thing she created and all this weird stuff she likes to do. But now, Coach, one thing that you guys do throughout the year is you have to make money for you to be able to travel and do all these things. Talk about some of the sponsors that you have as a team to kind of help you pay for all these events that you have.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to talk about that because there's not many times that we get to say thank you to, all of our community donors. And as a golf coach here and growing up here and playing golf at Central and going to EKU and graduating there, I'm fortunate enough to know a lot of people in the community. And we've been very fortunate with the fundraising we've done. We do a golf scramble early July that we raise some money on. Hewitt Broadus at Madison Country Club is wonderful. Charges us very little to do it. He's an former principal there, so he's great to us, and that's kind of where it starts. And then luckily, our athletic department, Brandon Fritz, they're good to us. A lot of schools, and you all won't believe it, they don't get any money to their golf program. They got a fundraiser, and we do get money from the school. And so very fortunate there. And then, like I said, Robinson Turley, my family business, is good to us. And through the years, Jack Burford Chevrolet, our first year, gave us probably our biggest donation when they've done that for years, which they did so much for a long time, I've tried to leave them alone because you hate going back to the same people. But we probably have anywhere from 60 to 80 people or, stores, businesses here in town that donate money to us, anywhere from $100 to $500.
And we couldn't do them without them.
We can't.
We're so thankful for that.
And the one thing with that, where we do get to play these top tournaments, it costs money.
Oh, yeah.
And we could go to, we're out in the middle of nowhere and play these smaller tournaments, and it costs half as much, but we're lucky enough. But we couldn't do that if we didn't have the money, and we're very lucky and very fortunate that we have so many people in the community that donate to us.
Well, maybe for somebody that doesn't know, what is Robinson Turley?
Yeah. So Robinson Turley, it's a family-owned business here in town. My great-great-grandpa bought it back in 1945. That's where I currently work too, and probably worked there my whole life. I absolutely love it, and I'm the 5th generation of my family to work there.
Oh, wow.
But we sell brick and block and stone masonry products here in Central Kentucky, and I've been there for 3 years now.
There you go.
So when you build your next house, there you go.
That's all Morgan talks about is build. So
Samantha just did a fireplace. And,
we did.
And some more stonework, so we appreciate that.
We did.
Yes.
Around back, little outdoor area. It's pretty cool.
There we go.
that is pretty cool. Now, when you get all these when is your next golf scramble? And do you guys have a Twitter, a Facebook, or something that people can maybe keep up with the team a little bit?
I slack on it bad.
You need to let these guys do it.
Really
They can do
they
it.
keep up with us quite a bit.
Nathan really does a good job with us. I mean, every Saturday he calls us. And
wanting to know our scores and how
so
everybody plays.
He does good and gets it out there, and I retweet it. The girls' team, obviously, they do good. They post stuff, and I don't. But, yeah, we should probably make one. I mean, I run my own stuff, and then I have a Robinson's Early Facebook, and so I kind of do all that. Yeah, so we probably should work on it better. We won't have any more fundraising till the July of next year, but every year, which, like I said, the first 3 years we've made it to the state tournament, and we always do kind of go around and ask a few communities. Cars of Kentucky, Mike Rice has been absolutely wonderful.
Provided our car last year to state.
The state tournament. He has been unbelievable for my 3 years. Already done a lot for us this year. So we do, at the end of the year, depending on how far we make it, in the region and state, we always do try to get a little bit because we need it.
How many players do you have?
This year we have 12. And they've ranged from 10 to 14 all my years.
Yeah, seventh graders to juniors. I mean, it's wild.
We have one junior.
That's a big-size team compared to normal.
Well, 12 is, and 10 is a good number. Right, and we only take 5 guys to every tournament. So we have 12, but we load up every morning. This year we take the Pendergrass Suburban, and we all ride together every tournament we go to. But so far, like I said, everything's worked out really good so far this year.
So you guys constantly are playing these top teams in the state. I mean,
yes,
we know most of the coaches, in Madison Central and at Madison Southern.
Right.
If you're going to play with the best and you're going to get to the state level with these guys, you're going to have to play them along the way.
Exactly, and it's so LCA has some kids that don't play the whole high school golf season. They finally have their whole team together, and as far as our region goes, we're definitely one of the favorites. LCA, and the guys would say it. They know they're definitely the favorites right now. And they are. They're the team to beat.
Well, you got a bunch of sophomores and freshmen, too, so you would expect this team, as young as they are, to be the top team in there.
How great would it be, though, if you did?
Yeah, exactly. But the first year I coached, LCA was loaded that year, and we surprised them in one region, and then we won it my second year. Last year we came runners-up, still made it to the state tournament, and then as we were talking about this year, they've changed a lot of golf rules, and it stinks. They're only taking one team from every region.
Oh, that's right, this year.
And that
12
that's
teams
a different. So that's a different subject. We could go on and on about that. It is not fair.
Usually they take 2.
Always take 2.
Yeah.
And then there's
just like it is in basketball, basically.
Right.
And again, I could go on and on about it.
So you got to win, or else you're out.
You got to win. But here's the thing: the top 7 individuals go to state. We played in a tournament at Kearney Hills 2 weeks ago. Pretty much all of our region teams were there, and I had 4 guys in the top 7 minus, once you take LCA's players out. So we would be going to the state tournament and competing individually. We would not be competing as a team.
Wow.
And we're down there as a team. That's what doesn't make sense.
It's frustrating.
And it's very, but again, hey, we're going to try our best. We're going to work hard, and I feel like by the end of the year we can give LCA a run.
I mean, we have some good momentum going. We're finally starting to put 4 good scores together, and I think if we just keep on taking this and we just run with it, I mean, I think we could give them a chance.
We lost to LCA by 16 2 weeks ago, and this week we played, and we only lost to them by 8.
Okay.
So
where's the region tournament head up?
It's in Lexington at Kearney Hills. We've played one tournament there already. We'll play a match with Dunbar the last week of season to get a practice round in there, and we kind of live over there.
The course is long.
Kearney is long, but it's really, I mean, it's a good course. It fits my boys good.
Very scoreable.
Nice little links course.
So, it is. And
well, let me know whenever I come over to practice sometime, because every time I swing a club, it hurts. So I would like to watch these guys.
Y'all would think you're superstars playing against
them. I think they were.
Stretching might help.
Yeah, you don't want to.
There you go.
Especially at my age.
All right, I got a fun question.
Okay.
I want the fun question. So, Tiger Woods came back this year, not playing now, but did that make a difference? Let's start over here. You got the mic. Hold it up for us. Did it make a difference in your excitement going into the season, watching him? Is he your favorite?
I mean, I like Tiger Woods. Yeah,
everybody loves Tiger Woods.
I'm going to be.
It's just disappointing.
I'm going to be excited about high school golf, regardless of who wins the Masters. It's my favorite time of the year. I mean, seeing Tiger win was cool, but I'm going to come into high school golf with the same excitement, regardless.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see it happen.
Yeah. How about you?
I was glad to see him come back because I always liked Tiger Woods, but it didn't really change. Like, I always liked high school golf either way.
Right. You like being out there yourself. What about you?
I mean, I was pumped that Tiger won, and just like those guys, it doesn't really change, and it's just disappointing that he couldn't have done more this year, but it's all right.
But Kentucky's got
he's done enough.
So many famous guys out there. I mean, you guys rooting for them too, I'm sure,
We're all
right?
big Justin fans.
JT, I mean, JB's out there.
Win that tournament toward the end of the year. I don't remember which one, and he was almost won the FedEx Cup, so it was cool to see a guy from Louisville that Coach grew up playing with.
I grew up with Justin.
Ah, cool.
So I grew up with him, and he was a year above me, but from the time I played with him when I was 10 years old, and I thought I was okay then, but he beat me by 18 shots when we were 10 at my home course. So
doesn't seem fair, does it?
No.
Look, when you all go home at night, is your TV on golf? I mean, my husband works all day, but when he goes home, I walk in, I'm like, it's on golf
I was
again.
probably watching Say Yes to the Dress or something like that, maybe. Now, you got
you got wedding plans coming up.
We hardly talk
You
about
nailed
it.
that.
Well,
You nailed
that's
that.
it.
You nailed
He's a
that.
smart man, though. Just let the wife plan it, show up, say I do.
Beyonce.
Or Beyonce, yes.
Let her plan it.
There you go.
So y'all are watching it all night long.
It's a little slow paced for me, to be honest. Golf on the TV.
There you go.
And
See, I would not have thought that for you.
It's fun to play, but watching it gets a little old.
They got to get better, at least, Samantha, too. They got school tomorrow. I mean, it's...
See, I feel that way about baseball, too. It's a little slow pace, but I figured you guys would like it, but it's different when you're not
I
out
don't
there.
mind it, but...
Sundays are fun to watch.
Yeah.
Sundays are fun to watch in tournaments.
Majors are fun to watch.
With you, do you get out there and play with them? And I mean, do you still play basketball in here? Have you given that up?
So I tore my ACL I guess right after you graduated.
Well, no, even after I graduated, I still went up there and played. I mean, I graduated college the same year you graduated high school.
Yeah, but you were around. Yeah, you're still around.
Yeah, so I was still playing intramurals.
So I tore my ACL, and I have played maybe one pickup game of basketball since then. So that was my retirement. But yeah, I do a lot of smack talking to the boys.
Yeah.
He gives us such a hard time.
If I beat them, which last time, I guess last Monday I beat them, I don't play for a little while just so I can kind of have my bragging rights on them. Because I'm very competitive with them.
I believe it.
So
I remember playing against you in
but
intramurals.
at the same time, I mean, it is my job to coach. But it sometimes you learn more from playing with them than riding around in the cart and watching everybody. I mean, I probably play with these three more than any of them, just because, like I said, I can get a lot more out of it. And then I don't say I teach them anything, and that's one thing as a high school golf coach. They all have their own swing coach, and really Cooper's dad, Jason, really the pro at Gibson, works with all of them. I mean, Clay works with them every Thursday. Yeah. Cooper works with his dad some, but also has a different guy just to see things, and Gavin gets lessons too. So that's their swing coach. I'm just there literally, and I tell them, I get them from A to B. I'm making sure that they're young, they're respectful young gentlemen, they act right, and then for support. I mean, I don't, and then really other than that, I don't do much coaching as far as their golf game goes. It's just mental more than anything.
Right.
Don't you all
Golf
think?
is so mental, isn't
I
it?
mean, it really, and there's a
It's
lot
tough.
of times, I mean, 14, 15 years old, I mean, they can get frustrated in their mental game. I mean, you're out there playing in 90-degree weather and your golf game struggling. It takes a toll on you.
Oh, I believe it.
That's where I feel like it's my job as a coach to kind of pep them back up and get them going to, as they say, I say it all the time, grind their round out.
Anybody thrown some clubs or anything
know
like
better
that?
than that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
no,
they
we
know
don't do
better
that.
Don't give them bad
Your
habits.
dad would really get a hold of you. So do you not hear about golf 24/7 at home?
Oh, no. We
Keep
try
it
not to
out
talk
of the
about it
house.
too much in the
You
house.
keep it out of the house.
That's good. That's
Golf
good.
can be very, they all want to play so good, and their dads, their dads all want to play so good, and it can be very frustrating. And I mean, their dads get just as worked up as they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we all love Jason. Everybody loves. I don't know of anybody
My
in
dad's
town
more
that
of a wreck
doesn't
than
love.
I am.
yeah, most of the time, hey, you said it.
That's a dad's job,
Yes,
though. You
so,
know, we
and
all
they
are when we watch our kids play.
Yeah, but like I said, I got great parents, great dads. They're all 100% committed, and they'd do anything for us, and so it's good.
Well, man, congratulations on the successful season so far and the success you've had in the past. Good luck the rest of the year. Good luck with the wedding planning. I tell you what,
thank you.
Madison Central's got a good one right here and a good young team as well. Good luck for you guys the rest of the
We're
season.
excited for
and
you
look forward to
guys.
anytime you want to come
And,
on, talk some golf
Hopefully
with
we
us.
can get back on here after we win a regional title or something.
There you
And
go.
when his sister
the
outshoots
goal.
him, we'll get her back on, okay? We'll have
It
Elizabeth on.
almost happened not long ago.
Oh, she tied me.
Oh, yeah, they tied Saturday.
Yeah,
So-
Saturday she tied me, so
so-
she's getting close.
She is catching up to them.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you guys. This is awesome.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Well, we'll take
come
a short,
back anytime.
We'll take a short commercial break. When we come back, EKU Volleyball is in the house. We'll talk to them when we come back. We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings tonight on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
It's not a video game or something that's played on a screen. It's Chevy Youth Baseball, touching the lives of 8 million kids since 2006. It's local Chevy dealers giving back. Because every kid deserves a chance to play. We're not just the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. We're empowering the next generation of Major League hopefuls. Because Chevy cares.
We are live back at Jack Burford Chevrolet, or at Buffalo Wild Wings on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael White.
We're introducing ourselves, and we're telling the golfers goodbye, and we're so excited.
We got to make longer breaks, make it a little bit better.
We do. Well, they don't want longer commercial breaks, but it's better for us talking, you know. So we're extremely excited to have you guys both here. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
It's a great season. You're getting ready to kick it off, right?
Yep, we start this next weekend in UNC Charlotte, so it's game week.
It is game week. So not just football talk or golf talk. I mean, because, you know, that's what everybody's really pushing right now. But it's volleyball talk. So tell us about this season.
We started August 7th was our preseason. It was a pretty short preseason because school started early. And so we had our inter-squad scrimmages last weekend. And then, we're just preparing this week to go to Charlotte. And so take on 3 teams down there for a preseason tournament. So
yeah, you guys play on Friday and then 2 teams on Saturday. Tell us about them.
So we actually played 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday.
No, you're backwards. Okay.
We play Kent State and Gardner-Webb that Friday, and then we play UNC Charlotte on Saturday. So pretty good lineup we got. I think that we can get a couple wins out of this weekend. So I think we match up pretty well against them.
That'd be a nice way to start the season.
Talk about so obviously with fans paid into the football and basketball, it's broken down differently. The OVC is a little bit different. Talk about how it is within volleyball.
I mean, it's just kind of the same way. We start the first half of our season doing preseason tournaments, and so we play, non-conference teams. We go travel. Sometimes you get guarantees, so you can go play a big Power 5 school and get some money.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of taken care of, which is kind of fun.
And needed.
Yeah, exactly, and needed. But, some schools like to host. I'm hoping that next year we can try to host a tournament here and bring in some teams here and kind of get exposure to EKU. And then we'll go into conference right away. We'll have a couple midweek non-conference games, so we'll play Western Kentucky, which will be big because we haven't played them since 1998.
Oh, wow. That's a long hiatus.
And then our first home game is against Marshall, September 17th. So a couple non-conference here and there.
So why so long not playing Western?
I don't know. I just got the job in January, so I was like, we got to play someone in Kentucky, have that in-state rival. And I just know that there's always been a kind of rivalry between Western with basketball and football.
Yes,
and I'm like,
big rivalry.
Why not? Let's do volleyball too. So we're going to try to bring that back.
Well, I saw that the basketball team this year is playing every team in the state. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Pretty cool if we could do that in volleyball too, just to kind of bring it a local tie-in. And I would think that would help with recruiting and fan support and everything, just to see all these local teams playing each other.
Yeah, I mean, we have Moorhead and Murray in our conference, so obviously those are 2 Kentucky schools. But like Northern Kentucky, UK, Louisville, we'll play some of them in the springtime and out of season play. But it'll be very cool to kind of get them back involved.
Well, can we get a quick synopsis of your background, your volleyball background, really for both of you, because both of you are fairly new to EKU. So let the fans know about you guys.
So I'm from California. I played volleyball at San Diego State. I was an All-American over there, and then I moved out here. I've been the assistant coach for 5 years here at EKU, and then I just got the head job. And then I hired Jeff this past February, and he can tell you.
It was a quick hire, too.
Yeah, he was my first hire.
Yeah, I'm also from California. I'm from Northern, though. Men's volleyball is huge out there and everything. And I took a little bit different of a route. I went to junior college first in Southern California, and then I played in Loyola Chicago.
Okay.
And so it was a really exciting time. My senior year, it was fun. We got to go to the Final Four and all that stuff. And I was so adamant that I didn't want to coach. And then a couple of years ago, I decided, hey, I might want to give this a shot. So I was a volunteer at Northwestern for the past 2 years, and figured it was time for me to take, an assistant job somewhere. And Jonna and I just hit it off right from the bat. And it was just kind of one of those. Once she offered, I think it was like 3 days later, I called her. I was like, hey, I'm in. Let's do this thing. Because just conversation was just so easy.
Yeah.
So, and ever since I got down here, it's been amazing.
Well, let's talk about the weather. It's a little bit different in Kentucky than it is in California. Was that hard to get used to?
Yes, I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I love having the 4 seasons. I mean, I'm from the southern part, so it's hot all the time, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's nice to go back and visit. But I enjoy it. I'm ready for fall to kind of get here, cold weather.
Same.
Well, with the leaves, it will happen sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, because with all the rain, it will.
When I first
changing.
moved out here, it was when Richmond had its worst snowstorm ever that it's had in forever, and I just remember it was in 2014, and I was like, I'm not driving my car. I'm not getting in there.
I don't blame
My mom's like, do not. You don't have traction on your car yet.
Oh yeah. Well,
you probably shouldn't have.
And I was the opposite. I was in Chicago. The weekend that I moved down here was when it was there negative 50 degrees and stuff like that, and then it was 60 degrees here. And so I hugged her the first time I saw her. I was like, I'm so happy to be here. This is great.
I was like, you're crazy. It's cold.
Warm weather.
Right. Exactly.
Warm weather, because we're definitely a lot warmer than Chicago.
Oh, yes.
Well, so you might like it's a little bit cold in here tonight. You might like it where it's at in here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we love every opportunity because an alumni is a little toasty right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Because they just struggle changing up the weather patterns.
They're slowly
in
changing
the
it back.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's like all the old systems. Once they change it, they can't go back.
In alumni, do you all play inside of McBrayer or do you play on the side? Where would you all play at?
We play inside McBrayer, so we split it with basketball. So we have the priority in the fall, and then once we get towards the latter part of November, we kind of they'll try to schedule their games, their preseason games around ours. But yeah, we play in there.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about your team in general. Do you have any local players? I know there's some kids from Lexington, ladies from Lexington are going to be playing on your team this year. Talk about that, kind of the local tie-in.
Yeah, so we've got 2 kids from Lexington. One's an incoming freshman, and then another one was a transfer. She came from Indiana State last year.
Okay.
And then we have a kid from Northern Kentucky who's is a freshman as well. So that was my biggest thing when I got the job, is starting to recruit locally because, we're competing with a lot of schools that recruit in this area that are in our conference. And so for me, it's like trying to reach out to those local clubs and trying to get those kids before people in our conference do.
Okay.
And so that was right when I hired Jeff. He's my recruiting coordinator. And I was like, hey, we got to go pinpoint all these local clubs and try to pull these kids. And you'll see a couple kids in the next couple of years from, hometown kids and kids from around the area. So obviously we can't really talk about them, but you'll see here in the next couple of years.
Give out the scoop.
Yeah, well, Samantha, so last year I got my first taste of doing high school girls volleyball live on where we're doing this now on WBON TV.
Impressed he was.
And, I was amazed at how athletic they were, how physical they were. You had girls out there diving on the floor. And the Libero, am I saying that right? Libero, yes. So that was just like an all-new thing to me. I'd never heard of that before, never seen that. And I watched, it was a Madison Central, Madison Southern game, and just learning the verbiage and watching these young ladies out there on the floor, I had a new appreciation for the game. And I had played intramural volleyball when I went to Eastern, but I had never taken it as seriously as these young ladies had, and it was super impressive. So I'm sure you get to see that, day in and day out with your team.
Oh, yeah. Like I tell everybody, volleyball is a fun sport to watch because there's always something that happens every play.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Yeah.
Every play, there's always something that's exciting that's happening, and having that option to have a libero come in, and they're just always in, then they'll go out, then they'll come back in, and it's just super exciting and it's fun.
Yeah, and the transition from offense to defense, back to offense, back to defense, and that's what drew me to the game, was just like how quick it was and just how fast. And then it's always nice when you get a little, about a minute in between each play to kind of regather yourself and stuff like that. And then you're just right back into like the battle and stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and that's why I do it. It's fun to watch our girls and everything like that. They're getting used to our new system that we're kind of running. So, getting them to understand the new lingo and all of that has just been fun, because they're just like, wait, I can do that now? And you're like, yes, we're good with
that.
That
was my question a second ago. With new coaches and a new style, has it been a challenge for them?
A little bit. It's just because it's just brand new. We have a bunch of seniors this year, and, when you've done something for 3 years one way, and all of a sudden, hey, we're new, we're going to start doing this, they're just kind of like, okay. But the nice was that we had all spring to work with them, and then so coming in this fall was just about, okay, we got to get our newbies here just kind of just going, and they've caught up real good, and so.
And I think the easy part too was I had known the girls already, just being their assistant, so I kind of knew what we were doing beforehand, and so trying to ease them into a way that they can grasp it a little bit faster, but knowing how I can translate that to them, because with Jeff and then my other assistant Kayla, they came from different schools, and we all have different ideas that we want to kind of establish and teach them. And so we just kind of started to pick in the spring like what works for us and what's going to work for them. And now I'm excited to see it kind of come together this next weekend.
We got to go to a game.
Yeah, you guys
know how much fun it is.
See, we've got a little bit more capability this year to do some stuff.
Yes.
We'll be glad to send a camera crew down, maybe get some interviews.
Yeah.
Some footage of a game. My question is, so whenever you get a new coach in football, you might go from, if it's a pass-heavy offense to a run-heavy offense. Do you have that in volleyball? Do you have maybe where you switch it up, maybe have a different style of offense compared to a former coach?
Yeah, right now we're kind of teaching our team a faster tempoed offense. And, I tell myself, I'm like, we got to figure out what we are going to be good at. If we're going to be a great defensive team, and we've kind of always been that way since I've been here. We've always relied on our defense, our liberos. Or are we going to be a great offensive team? And so right now we're just trying to establish a faster-paced offense, because nowadays if you guys watch volleyball or watch the NCAA tournament, you see a lot of teams that are just fast, beating people to the pins, and you have no idea where they're coming from, and they just come out of nowhere and hit a ball. And we're trying to teach our girls to see that. So I think by the first weekend we'll kind of see what we're going to be and establish ourselves like, okay, we're actually going to beat people with our defense, Let's really just gun-ho and try to beat people with that. Or it's offense, one of the two.
Is there anybody on the schedule that you're most excited about playing?
I'm excited. We play Marshall every year, and so I'm excited. We played them in the spring when we first kind of got the job, and they have a new coach too. So I'm excited to now get to play them this fall.
September 17th.
Yeah,
at 6
it's our
o'clock.
first home game, but it's always fun to play Marshall. That's always been our rival. But this preseason, I'm actually looking forward to go to West Virginia. I've never been there, and it's just that they've always been a pretty decent program, and it's going to be fun to kind of.
That's
go
in
there.
September.
Yes, it's the end of
September 21st.
Yep.
Yeah. So the schedule with Western, you go down there on September the 10th. Is that maybe a home and home next year, or?
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it every other year.
Okay.
When you get those games that are midweek that aren't necessarily preseason tournaments, you want to try to schedule like, hey, you come to us, then we'll go to you the next year. So that's how it's gonna work with Marshall as well. So it'll be nice to get them here.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys just do the big clinic, the big fan day
Colonel
that they
Con?
had? The Colonel
Yeah, we
Con?
just did
How did that go?
Did you dress up?
No.
Were we supposed to?
I think so.
Yeah.
We had our inter-squad scrimmage, so we had that
Okay.
beforehand, and our girls just kind of stayed and went. But yeah, no, I didn't dress up.
So we had a live radio broadcast. We were doing the football games, but somebody else doing the live radio broadcast, and he was like, people were supposed to dress up, but there weren't a lot of people dressed up for it.
Yeah.
So it was a hot day to wear a
It
costume.
was a hot day.
And, it was.
Well, this was my first one, so
You'll be better
whatever
next
I
year.
do,
Yeah.
I had to hear from her.
Well, blame it on Coach Falcon.
You were dressed up as a volleyball coach.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I knew volleyball coach even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is there so for fans that maybe want to come out and watch you all play this year or keep up with the team, what is the best way for them to do that? Obviously, EKUsports.com, clicking on the volleyball tab is an easy way, but is there another way to maybe buy tickets or watch the team or
The nice
support the
thing
team?
is all of our games are free, so no one has to pay.
That's
Yes.
even better.
I would say if they can follow us on social media, we've been pretty good about kind of getting our name out there. We had camps this summer, so we're trying to bring in the county and the town just to get some kids involved. But just whatever we can do to get fans to come out and support. We're going to try to get our kids to go around town and give out our posters. We've got scheduled posters just to kind of get their faces out there. But we just want to grow our attendance. And so we've got a lot of enthusiasm and personality on our team this year, and so I'm hoping that we get a lot of fans to come see that. And just
make sure to get us a schedule. We can maybe give a couple out during the show or something like
and
that.
And get the students out there, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They got to get their classmates.
They come, they might get a little volleyball. We throw out little mini volleyballs out there.
That'll be cool for the kids. Come and maybe bring your kids out, and they'll get a little
and
volleyball
we have promotions that go every home game, and so we'll try to promote it on EKUsports.com and just on social media and stuff.
What's the Twitter? What's the Twitter name?
I think it's just EKU Volleyball.
Okay, all right. That's easy.
Yeah, easy.
So.
That is easy enough.
Yeah. We try to keep it simple for everybody.
Very simple. Very simple. That's good for us. We need simple.
We need simple.
We need simple. But hopefully you guys will get more followers, and we'll do whatever we can to help you guys out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We love having you on, and listen, you're welcome to come back mid-season.
We'd love to.
So the first home game is when?
September 17th.
So maybe the Monday before that, if y'all want to come on, promote that first home game, we'll be glad to do that. See how the season's gone so far. And
exactly. Hopefully by then we'll kind of have it all figured out and see where we're at.
How many games do you have total?
I think we have 30.
Yep.
30.
Yep.
30
well,
right now.
Pretty good schedule then.
It is a pretty good schedule.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to have you guys, and congratulations on your new job and you becoming the head coach. I mean, it's
when Kevin
exciting.
reached out to me, we had Coach Elder and Lockmuller on last week, and like anytime you want us to bring somebody else on, just reach out to him. And he talked to me Friday. I'm like, that'd be great. So
I think it's awesome because sports like volleyball, sometimes gets overlooked a little bit in the fall, but anything that we can do to get
it's like I said, last year we've had Madison Southern and Madison Central's volleyball coaches on.
Yep.
And
Marita's a former colonel.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think she's from California too?
I think she's from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. She was from not from Kentucky. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just I was super impressed last year. We did 2 games, Central and Southern. I was just like, wow. I mean,
you guys got to go to their matchup. Like, it's packed.
Yeah.
We're going to try to.
Yeah.
And it might be some good recruiting.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Exactly.
Just throwing that out there for you. Yeah, just throwing that out there.
That local talent, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That she couldn't talk about.
Yes, exactly.
I can talk about it.
Well, thank you all for coming on.
Thank
good luck
you.
this season.
Thank
and again, hopefully
you.
we'll have you back on in a few weeks, see how things are going, and have a good start to the season.
Thank you so much.
You too.
All right, that is Coach Fouts and Coach
Patton.
Okay, Coach Patton and Coach Fouts for coming on with us from EKU Volleyball. Follow their Twitter account. And again, for more updates, go to EKUsports.com and click on the volleyball tab. When we come back, high school football got started this past weekend, and college football begins on Thursday night with the Colonels. We'll talk about that when we come back live at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
It's not a video game or something that's played on a screen. It's Chevy Youth Baseball, touching the lives of 8 million kids since 2006. It's local Chevy dealers giving back. Because every kid deserves a chance to play. We're not just the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. We're empowering the next generation of Major League hopefuls. Because Chevy cares.
Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet, Buffalo Wild Wings on the Jack.
Twice.
Twice I've done
Well,
that.
we were there last week.
We were there last week. I tell you what, too, the Blazer, the new
you
Silverado.
test drove it.
I test drove a Blazer
You didn't
last
test drive
week.
mine. I wouldn't let you in
That's
mine.
because yours is already messed up. The way you've been driving it, reckless and
No, that's not
hitting
true.
people.
John would
and-
kill me if I drove
I
it
know, that's true.
reckless.
But I tell you what, the
And I get a
awesome,
speeding ticket.
If you've not been over there and seen the new Blazers, the new Silverados, the High Country, I mean, they've got a lot of nice vehicles over at Jack
He's
Burford
got so
Chevrolet.
many trucks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They sold like 16 vehicles. He came home. He was so tired, but he was so pumped.
Well, I've got a couple
Saturday.
of the salesmen on Facebook, the Facebook friends. I mean, it seems like every time I get on Facebook, there's a new sale going on. I mean, they've got a lot of really good deals right now, too, at Jack Burford Chevrolet. You can check out that at jackburford.com.
Yeah, and I think I asked him the other day, he's getting ready to have some type of deal like to former customers about tires. So if you need tires, especially in this rain, now's the time to get them. Now's the time to get them.
Well, Samantha, high school football began this past Saturday. Obviously, our two teams coming up short against a really good team for Madison Southern and for Madison Central, a rematch of the regional championship game last year against Connor. Both teams falling up short, but the good news is if you were there or watched the games live on WBON TV, a lot to be excited about for both Madison Southern and Madison Central. Two really young teams, a lot of really good players. I mean, you Walt Smith, Tobias Storm, Holbrook for Madison Southern. For Central, you've got Edgren Sweat, who, oh my gosh, he is going to be incredible when he gets to be a little bit older. But as a sophomore, his first start, on the defensive end position, he was dominating against Connor in that first game.
And he's going to keep growing and keep getting better.
Yeah,
he's going to get taller. He's going to put some more meat on his bone.
I think they had him at 6'1", maybe 6 foot.
Yeah, he could get taller.
120.
As a sophomore.
125, or no, it's probably 205. So he's got a lot to grow into, but that young man going to be a beast when he gets older. But, the high school football season is here. What I saw on Saturday,
it was
a long day. We were there for about 6 hours. But what I saw on Saturday was two young teams that have a lot to work on. But by the time the district rolls around for both Southern and Madison Central, they will be ready to go, and they will be competing for a district title once again. Now, if you were an Estill County fan, you're wondering where their score was at last week.
You got to wait a week.
The Engineers did not have a game. Coach Markham, Coach Boone, they took over that program. They will not play on this upcoming Friday in a game that you can watch here on WBON as Estill County takes on Powell County, renewing that rivalry in the first game of the season. Powell County lost their first game of the season against Montgomery County, so it'll be interesting to see how they do.
It's a big
Coming
rivalry.
off a loss against their rival, it'll be a pretty good football game. And Danny Wood and William Hardy, I talked to them. They're already in mid-season form, joking around, being Danny and William, just how they always are.
Well, we had Coach Markham on the show not too long ago when we had our Estill County Day, and they told us they had their bye week the very first week.
And
they didn't love that, but
it does give them 2 weeks to prepare for their rivals. Well, that's always good to have whenever you're playing a team like Powell County, who's had a pretty couple, had some success against Estill County the last few years. So.
Now, will you be going? I know you like the rivalry games.
Well, how am I going to be going? I'll be doing Central's game on Friday night.
So you're going to do radio for Central.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be right over there on Friday night.
Listen, I thought maybe you like that rivalry, Powell and Estill.
I'm going to try to get over there a couple times this year. So there's a Thursday night game where they play Jackson County.
So you can go on Thursdays.
And then, when Central has their bye week, I'll be going over to watch them play. So there's a couple of times this year.
Maybe you convince someone to go in your spot, to do.
That's possible. But now I don't know. Alan Cutler's kind of a hard guy to work with, so I don't know who could go work with him. Hopefully he's not watching or listening. But I talked to Alan tonight. We're going to be over in Anderson County for the Central Anderson County game this Friday. You can listen to that game live on 92.5 WEKY. And if you're a Southern fan, Don and Rick Marbley will have the call for you for Madison Southern as they take on, I believe it's Pulaski Southwestern in their game this Friday. That game will be on 103.5 WKXL.
Yes, it is Southwestern. And then the third week of football is the Central Southern matchup, right?
So we get 2 weeks back-to-back where we've got a big-time rivalry game. Estill County, Powell County, then Central Southern. So it'll be fun to see all those teams compete the next couple of weeks. So.
It will be fun. It was a long day, like I said, but I saw potential.
Oh, yeah.
In both teams. It's the first week.
It's you could hang your head because of the loss and the deficit that you lost by.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was a big loss for both teams.
Both two teams, a lot to look forward to the rest of the season.
Central lost 26 seniors. Their speed just wasn't as fast as, they just don't have the speed yet. But it could come. It's coming.
Well, Samantha, with high school football beginning this past weekend, that means that college football will be in full swing this upcoming weekend.
And Thursday night
here. We get things started with the Colonels as they take on Valparaiso this Thursday. A big favorite in the game are the Colonels, so you would look forward to them pulling out a win in their first game. It'll be EKU Valparaiso on Thursday. Kentucky will play on Saturday to get their season
going. Hold on, before we go to Kentucky, I want to tell everybody it's on ESPN Plus, right? But you can listen to it on the Coyote 100.7.
And if you like the local, Greg Stoudemire's been covering EKU for forever. He will have the call for you on
EKU
100.7
in
the
and out.
Coyote, so
Right.
make sure to tune in there.
So at 3 p.m. is the tailgate, opens up.
Yep.
And then at 4:45 is the Colonel Walk with the football team. And then 6 o'clock you can have the procession with the band, the cheerleaders, and the dance team where, they go through the Alumni Coliseum.
And we'll be there for the tailgate show. So the kickoff is at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
The tailgate show will begin at 5:30. The pregame show will begin at 6:30. All kinds of EKU football coverage this Thursday, and you can catch it all live on 100.7 the Coyote as we get you set for the kickoff to football season for EKU football against Valparaiso. One big thing this year, alcohol sales. They are going to have them inside of of Roy Kidd Stadium.
Yes.
It's a big deal for EKU fans, so that will be available.
That's
So keep that in mind. Something new this year.
Drink
to
responsibly.
Exactly. Keep that in mind. You
or
can,
else they'll take it away.
Exactly, yes. So, and that's one thing that I think they've kind of been iffy about, but I think that's a big deal. Alcohol sales is a big, UK's not doing it.
They're not doing
EKU is
it.
doing it. I think that's pretty cool, and the Colonel's fan base, they always complain. They always find something to complain about. So EKU trying to give you more of a reason to come. First of all, watch a really good football team this year.
Yeah, their defense.
But second of all, to come into the stadium, you can enjoy an adult beverage and watch some really good
We
football
talked
this
to
year.
Coach Elder last Monday night.
Yep.
Their defense is impressive with
Oh, yeah.
AP.
Aaron Patrick.
Yep. I mean, and it's deep. And then they're deep in the quarterback. Now, they said they were going to announce which quarterback. I checked. I don't think they've officially announced it yet. It wasn't on their website yet.
Yeah.
But we kind of got a sense that we knew who it is. We're not going to say
If it's
who
not
it
the
is.
transfer from
But
Oregon State, I'll be surprised. But we'll see what
yes.
happens. We'll see what happens on Thursday
I'm guessing
night.
it's going to be the transfer. So, yeah.
Well, Samantha, talking about college football, our poll question today was this. Courtesy of the law office of Patrick O'Neill, it's time for the Jack Burford Chevrolet poll question. And our poll question today was, which football season are you most looking forward to? College football, which begins this weekend, or the NFL season, which will begin a week from Thursday whenever
my answer.
Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears face off against
which used to
each
be
other.
my favorite team. I know your answer.
I'm surprised at this. 76% say college football.
Yes.
24% say the NFL. So I'm surprised at those numbers. Now, I say the NFL for this reason.
Because you like the Bears.
I love fantasy football.
You do, and that was all big Saturday.
Yes. Oh,
Sunday.
man. Well, Andrew Luck retires. I mean, you got Lamar Miller gets hurt.
So it's a good thing he announced his retirement before you picked your fantasy football.
Well, so I'm big into fantasy football this year. I have done 13 drafts so far. And I've had Andrew Luck on 2 of my teams. So it did hurt a little bit. I got some backup quarterbacks I could place in there.
So you didn't wait.
But
You went in and did
yeah,
it. Okay.
I probably got 3 or 4 more that I'll do.
My
before the
nephews
season
all
starts.
waited till Sunday.
Yeah.
And they did it all.
Yeah,
on
so
Sunday,
but that was some big news. And
you know what? Let's talk about him real quick.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him and that he is mentally capable of making that tough decision, a passion of his, something that he's done in his entire life. And I think people need to respect his decision. And if he's mentally struggling, he needs help.
Here's the thing. So fans of the Colts who just found out their franchise quarterback was retiring, instinct says boo. And I understand that because you're upset, you're angry. That was their lashing out.
And I'm hoping they're booing because they're like, we want you here.
Oh, that's 100% what it is.
No,
It's not that they don't want him there. It's because they just lost their season. They had hopes. I mean, they were, as far as
if you just bought season tickets.
Exactly. Or if you placed a big bet on them to win the Super Bowl, you have no shot probably to win the Super Bowl now.
I hadn't thought about that.
That's a lot of stuff.
I don't even know who the backup
through.
quarterback is.
Jacoby Brissett, who is a former New England Patriot.
Oh,
he was
that's
traded
fun to
there
know.
3 or 4 years ago. So it's Jacoby Brissett is a guy who played for the Colts in 2017, was successful. He had a pretty good year for him that year. So we'll see how he does
and handles
now
the
as
pressure.
the main guy as the Colts quarterback. But our Facebook poll question, which is brought to you by the law office of Patrick O'Neill, for legal advice on workers' compensation, SSI, Social Security benefits, and more, call 606-666-2990 for a free consultation. 76% say college football, 24% say NFL. And it doesn't surprise me. Around locally, there's not an NFL team.
That is true.
So,
well, there is in Cincinnati. We just don't.
Yeah, but you got to
always.
drive, 2 hours to get to a Bengals game. But college football, you've got EKU right here in our backyard.
Right.
You've got UK right up the road. You've got Moorhead. You've got all these other local football teams. So
and high
it doesn't
school
surprise
football.
me that college football is what took the lead there.
Yeah, and we
I
have a
personally
lot
just
of
like
people
the NFL
here
more.
that are Alabama fans, are Georgia fans. I mean,
Florida. I've seen a lot of Florida fans around.
I know people sitting at the Central game Saturday night and were watching the Florida-Miami game on their phones. And I think that the television people, ESPN, whoever, will start doing that more often.
Yeah.
They got to practice a week early, but the ratings were spectacular for that
I'll tell you this. If you are a sports fan, college football, NFL, whatever the case is, and you're looking for a place to watch the game, here at Buffalo Wild Wings is the place to come to. If you haven't tried it yet, you got to try that burger. I love the burger. That's what you got to try.
Have you already had it?
I had it today.
You had it before the show.
Yeah,
He's either going to eat it
I'm
before
watching my
or
calories,
after the show.
so that was my big thing. I made sure.
So you ate healthy all day until you got.
I'm eating. I'm not eating as much. Normally I would come over. I'd get the burger. I'd get some nachos and cheese, some mozzarella sticks before the show. I just got the burger and some buffalo chips today.
Proud
so
of you.
not
Proud
as
of you.
much calories as I normally would eat.
Okay, so who are you predicting for Saturday's big win, UK or Toledo?
Kentucky for sure.
Good.
Kentucky, EKU, I'm predicting both of them win big this week.
That's
First
what
week
I'm
of the
hoping.
season. I'm going to say EKU wins 42 to 20, and I'll say that Kentucky wins 38 to 21.
But Toledo is a high-scoring team, so I
They'll be
think
all right.
they will score.
Cash
But I
Daniel
think,
and the defense will shut them down. There you go.
that's what I'm hoping. I think they'll win too.
Go by and say thank you to all of our great sponsors like Jack Burford Chevrolet, Buffalo Wild Wings, and the law office of Patrick O'Neill. Say thank you to all of them. Honchos for being a great sponsor
Your
of
attorney.
us. Yeah, law office of Patrick O'Neill. We got to thank all of our great sponsors. And we appreciate them for allowing us to come out here and enjoy local sports talk every single Monday, whether it be from here at Buffalo Wild Wings or at Jack Burford on the third Monday of the month.
If you want us to come to you, we will.
Yeah, just holler at us.
Just
we'll come out
holler
and hang
at
out with us. Or if you want to come on the show, feel free to do that as well. We'll bring you on and talk some
absolutely.
local sports. For all of us here, for Jaden Johnson, our radio producer, for Austin Hanks, our TV producer, and Gage Hill, she is Samantha Burford. I'm Michael Watkins. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
It's not a video game or something that's played on a screen. It's Chevy Youth Baseball, touching the lives of 8 million kids since 2006. It's local Chevy dealers giving back. Because every kid deserves a chance to play. We're not just the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. We're empowering the next generation of Major League hopefuls. Because Chevy cares.